This review provides a detailed and in-depth analysis of the text, evaluating its structure, content, and effectiveness in conveying the narrative of the Super Bowl game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. The text effectively captures the excitement and magnitude of Philadelphia's victory, framing it as a dominant and historic performance rather than just another Super Bowl win. The choice to emphasize how the Eagles dismantled Kansas City rather than merely defeating them sets the tone early on. The discussion highlights key moments and players, offering a comprehensive breakdown of what led to this outcome. The phrase "leave absolutely no doubt" underlines the dominant nature of the victory, reinforcing that this was not a close contest but rather a statement win. A key strength of the text lies in its detailed analysis of the Eagles' defensive strategy. The description of their front four generating pressure without the need for additional blitzers is well articulated. By emphasizing that Philadelphia was able to collapse the pocket with just 4 rushers, the analysis highlights a fundamental football strategy: winning at the line of scrimmage. The mention of specific players like Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, and Milton Williams adds credibility and specificity, reinforcing the idea that this was a team effort rather than just one star performer carrying the defense. The statistical mention of the Eagles' pressure rate exceeding 50% provides quantitative backing to the argument that their defensive dominance was a defining factor in the game. The offensive side of the analysis also provides an insightful take on Jalen Hurts' performance. The narrative acknowledges the Kansas City defensive game plan, taking away Saquon Barkley, and illustrates how Hurts responded by elevating his play. The description of Hurts' decision-making, ability to progress through reads, and execution under pressure paints him as a true leader. The mention of his only mistake, an interception caused by a disguised blitz, adds balance to the evaluation, ensuring the coverage isn't one-sided. The text effectively sets up the contrast between Kansas City's defensive intentions and Hurts' ability to adapt, further emphasizing why Philadelphia's offense succeeded. In addition to game analysis, the discussion of Philadelphia's long-term potential is another strong element. The mention of their young core and solid foundation suggests that this win is not an anomaly but rather the beginning of something bigger. This kind of forward-looking analysis adds depth, giving the reader or viewer a sense that this Super Bowl win could mark the start of an era. The comparison to other teams that build from the trenches, such as New England, strengthens the argument by aligning Philadelphia with historically successful franchises. From a structural standpoint, the text maintains a strong flow. It shifts between different aspects of the game in defense, offense, coaching, and long-term outlook without feeling disjointed. The transition to a discussion about coaching, particularly Nick Sirianni, further reinforces the theme of perseverance and growth. The narrative acknowledges initial doubts about Sirianni and highlights how he proved himself through consistent leadership and strategic evolution. This adds a human element to the story, making it more than just an analysis of a football game. The contrast between Philadelphia's dominance and Kansas City's struggles is another well-executed aspect. The text doesn't diminish Kansas City's greatness but rather presents the idea that even the best teams can be overwhelmed when faced with superior execution. The analysis of Mahomes' struggles, his indecisiveness, the impact of constant pressure, and the rare sight of him appearing rattled adds depth to the discussion. The choice to mention past Super Bowls where defensive pressure overwhelmed elite quarterbacks, such as Tampa Bay's win over Kansas City and the Giants' victory over New England, provides historical context that strengthens the analysis. The conclusion ties everything together well, reinforcing the idea that Philadelphia's defensive performance was one for the ages. The final discussion about how Kansas City will need to respond, acknowledging their core of great players and coaches, leaves the reader with a sense that while this loss was devastating, it is not the end for the Chiefs. This balanced approach ensures that the text remains objective and avoids over-exaggeration. Overall, the text is a well-constructed, thorough, and engaging analysis of the Super Bowl. It effectively blends storytelling with technical analysis, making it compelling for both casual fans and more informed football enthusiasts. The use of player-specific details, statistical references, and historical comparisons enhances its credibility, while the structural flow ensures that it remains engaging from start to finish. This text is an informal yet engaging discussion about the journey and accomplishments of key NFL players, particularly Jalen Hurts and DeJean, in the context of their Super Bowl success. The conversation is presented in a free-flowing dialogue format, likely from a live broadcast or post-game interview, capturing the excitement, emotion, and significance of the moment. One of the main themes of the text is the redemption arc and perseverance of Jalen Hurts. His journey, from being benched at Alabama, transferring to Oklahoma, getting drafted as a backup, and ultimately leading his team to multiple Super Bowl appearances, is framed as an underdog story. The discussion highlights how narratives in sports often revolve around what a player has not accomplished rather than what they have achieved. In Hurts' case, winning the Super Bowl shifts the conversation in his favor, silencing critics who doubted his ability as an NFL quarterback. The dialogue also touches on the broader history of overlooked or doubted quarterbacks who defied expectations, such as Tom Brady and Kurt Warner. Another central focus is on Cooper DeJean and his breakout moment during the Super Bowl, particularly his pick six. The text effectively conveys the excitement of the moment by capturing DeJean's emotions and reflections, as well as the enthusiasm of the interviewer. The discussion includes lighthearted and celebratory elements, emphasizing how special it is to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl, especially on one's birthday. The interview format allows DeJean's personal thoughts to shine through, reinforcing the idea that football is not just about skill but also about mentality, preparation, and seizing opportunities. The latter portion of the text shifts to discussing the team's overall performance, particularly the defense. The praise for defensive coordination and execution suggests that their victory was not solely reliant on individual stars but on a well-prepared and disciplined team effort. Mentions of defensive coordinator Vic Fangio and head coach Nick Sirianni highlight the importance of leadership and strategic planning in championship success. The text conveys a sense of camaraderie and unity within the team, celebrating not just individual milestones but collective achievements.